Good day, everyone. I wanted to give another example from the video on yesterday when I talked about being transformed and not conformed, and I talked about how um, we are bound to traditions, bad habits. There was a young lady that I heard on the radio. It was like a financial segment, and she stated that the way she was brought up, like her mom never would pay all of the bills because she could not, afford to. So basically, you heard the saying, robbing Peter to pay Paul. So her mom paid, what she could on her bills. And this young lady was saying how um, she has that same habit. Now, mind you, she has a job where she can pay her bills off, but that was instilled in her. So instead of paying all of her bills, she actually inhabited the habit of what her mom did, paid some of her bills. So that was just another example. Like I said, it's not always having to do with like sin, so to speak. I hope you all understand what I'm saying, but that's just another example how we pick up on bad habits, or we continue to do things that we learned during our childhood. Either we heard it spoken or we saw someone do it. Another example of that is my pastor, I remember, told us this story about a young boy who asked the question, why do they cut the ends off of the ham? So every, I guess, holiday or whatever, it was like passed down generation through generation where they cut the ends off the ham. So it took a young child to ask the question, and guess what the answer was? They had to cut the ends of the ham off because the pot was too small. Oh my God. Think about, first of all, the meat that was being wasted, or why just not get a bigger pot so you can eat all of the ham? So this is just another example of how we do things and we don't question it. And a lot of times people do the same thing with their spiritual walk in God. They just follow traditions. This is the way that they did it back then. This is how I came up in the church. But nobody questions anything. And it's all right to ask questions. It's all right to search, because God wants us to seek him. He said if we seek him, he can be found. So I just wanted to add those examples from the video on yesterday. But I have so much to talk to you about today. Not sure if I'll be able to get it all in right now, because there's so many different issues to address. What I was pondering over this morning is, what will it be like when churches do open their doors again? Will there be an increase of people going into the house of God, or will it be a decrease? Because when you get out of that routine, it's just like, that's why I don't join gyms anymore. I would have a gym membership, and anytime the routine is interrupted, it's hard getting back on track. So I'm hoping that people will not forsake the assembling. However, again, it's going to church does not save you, but we should have a desire to go into the house of the Lord. Okay? I'm not about religion, trust me. But if we can be around, sometimes if you're around the right people that can edify you or pour into you. But yes, I was thinking about that. I'm like, what are they doing differently now? Because God allowed us this is a time to reflect. This downtime, I hope we capitalized on the time given, because people are busy with their jobs, and so you didn't have to worry about running here and there. However, there are other issues that arose, especially if people have kids that were in school. So I know everybody's going through different things during this pandemic. Every household is different. And I constantly pray for the entire world because everybody's going through. For some people, they are much better off during the pandemic. For others, maybe it's the same, and for others, it's gotten worse, especially if both um, people in the household, or if you're one, a single parent and have lost your income. This is a stressful time. So I get it. But this should cause us to or rethink everything, because the systems of this world, they're set up. I like that song. The systems of this world, they're set up to for you to fail. And that's why you can't put your trust